Okay, today is going to be about footwork, and we're going to start with bare feet, standing on the mat or standing behind the mat. Standing on the mat is a little bit of a balance challenge because it's not a completely flat surface, so if that's something you're up for, jump on the mat, but if you're not up for that, then go ahead and start standing flat on the floor. We're going to peel the heels up one at a time, but I want to make sure they're right underneath your hip joints, not your outsides of the hips. And then we're going to just rock a little bit, just forward and back. We're looking for that happy balance of being right in the center of the foot, so you're not leaning forward, that you're not pulling back. You feel most secure, your knees are not locked, your tailbone is hanging freely towards the floor, shoulders over hips. And we're going to start by lifting one heel and then lifting the other heel. And when you lift the heels, you want to stay over the big toes, but let the pinky toes be on the floor so you're not trying to lift off of those pinky toes. And we are doing our best to peel up through the whole foot. Try not to roll out to that outer ankle. Okay? We're going to add on. So if this feels like enough, go ahead and make this your movement. Try to coordinate your breath. So we're going to exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. Now I'm going to turn to the side, and when I exhale and peel my heel up, I'm going to start to lift my arms with the leg, up and down. Now we're going to do about 3 more, and then we'll pause and add on. Okay, so anytime we're adding something on, if it doesn't feel right, you stick with the last variation. We're here. We're going to pause. We're going to tap the toes back and the arms somewhat forward of the head. Then you're just going to bring it all back in and down. So it's lift the heel, tap the toes, bring it in, lower down, lift the heel, tap the toes, bring it in, lower down. Use your breath. Now, you can keep that going just like that, or you can make it a bigger range of motion. Lift, reach, woo, lift, and down. Up, reach, in, and down. 2 more times. Oh, I lied. You know what? We're going to have to go 2 more times now, so we're even. Up, lift, reach, and down. Up, lift, reach, and down. Good. From here, we're just going to take that movement and bring it all the way up and towards the toes. Now you're looking at those feet. You're going to roll down, pull your belly flesh up and in, walk your hands forward. And you're either holding a plank, a kneeling plank, or you can walk down to your plank on your forearm. So any of those variations work. And I'm going to start you on your knees. And we're just going to gently press back and release. So still working into those feet. Pressing through the plantar flexors, toes are curled, heel reaches back. You'll feel a stretch on your calf musculature. Okay? And we're going to go with 4 more times, just like this. And 3. And 2. Shoulders are pulling away from the ears. The hands can be slightly more forward. And then you're going to walk yourself into a downward facing dog. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Drop your tailbone down. Roll up slowly through the spine. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out. Guide yourself down. Walk yourself forward. Find the plank you're going to use, whether it's on your hands and your toes or whether it's on your knees. However, this time I'm going to show it from this position. So instead of extending one knee, we're actually going to bend one knee. So we reach down and back, down and back. Drawing the abs in, shoulders down, using the breath. Hello, kitty. Last 4. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk it on back. Hang here, let your eye focus go through the space between your legs. Rolling up nice and slow. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, we're adding on here. So we're going to walk out. And you've got your choice of knees down or legs extended. Whichever version you're doing here, you're going to just shift to the toes and back to the heels. Shift to the toes and back to the heels. So your hands may need to be a little bit more forward, and you just shift forward and back into it. Now my hips are moving more in this kneeling plank because I don't have as much range of motion with my feet, but this is your option, okay? If you're up for it, you're here to the big toe, to the heel, to the big toe, to the heel. And if it feels better to be on your forearms, there you go, okay? Last two. Last one. This time we're gonna go ahead and lower the body down. Good. And bring the hands under the forehead. Just practice breathing in a prone position. So lateral rib cage breath, getting those ribs to move out to the outside edge of the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Now, if for some reason lying on your belly is not an option for you, just be on all fours, whether it's forearms or hands, and do the breath. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring the arms around to the side, draw the shoulders down, use that breath to press the chest up, and I still have my forearms on the mat, okay? So here's your option. We're gonna do what I call lizard push-ups. The elbows are going to gently press away from the mat. You're still bent through the arms, and then you tap the elbows down, down and lift. Press through all 10 fingers, working into the back of the upper arm. Your option, if you're not on the mat, is same movement. Elbows squeeze towards the rib cage, and you just lower however far you can. So if you need to be off of your belly, that's your choice. Two more. One more. From here, we're gonna take those hands, press all the way up and back. Nice, easy stretch. Drop the tailbone towards the heels and really enjoy the length at the back. Lengthening up onto all fours. Now we're gonna extend one leg, and that foot, those toes are curled, and we're gonna do a little walk forward with the hands, just like you did before, but now you're just on the one leg. You're gonna lean in and press back. So you go to the big toe, and you press back through the heel. And you go to the big toe, and you press back through the heel. And then we're gonna start to decide, where can I take this? And we're gonna come down into a push-up and bring the foot back down. Down into a push-up, bring the foot back down. We just have 3 more on this side. And 2 more on this side. And 1 more on this side. And right from here, we're gonna hold that leg out. Walk the hands back towards the shoulders, extend the opposite arm. Pull the abdominals in. Draw your elbow and your knee towards one another. You're looking right at that knee. You're gonna pull the knee towards the nose, elbow to the same side hip, reach it back out. 4 more here. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Last 2. And last one. Sinking back to those heels, you can put your big toes together, drop your booty down towards the heels, stretch the arms long. Feel that tail really vigorously dropping down. And then we're gonna come back up, and you have 2 choices again. We can either be all the way down on the belly, okay? Shoulders out of the ears, pull the belly flesh in. So watch out that you're not kind of diving into your shoulders are coming up around your ears and your ribs are pressing into the floor. Press through the forearms, press through the shoulders, pull up through the abdominals, and flex, point, lower the leg. Now this exercise is called single leg kick, and sometimes the little pulse throws people off. You just bring your foot in, you don't have to flex and point. Okay, your goal is to keep your hips flat on the mat if you're in this position. If you need it, you can be in this position and just do one leg. In fact, let's do the one that we already did. A flex, a point, a stretch. A flex, point, and stretch. Shoulders pull. Single leg kick for 4. And 3 more. And 2 more. And one more. And we go ahead and come up. Here are your options. So you can be on your forearms. We have that second leg out. Or you can be on your hands, whichever one works better for you. And it's just that reach forward and back. Reach forward and back. So if push-ups are just not workable for your wrists, elbows, or shoulders, you can be down here and just do this movement. But if you have it in you, we're gonna lift it up and reach it back. Lift it up and reach it back. And that, when I say lift it up, the foot lifts up as the chest lowers. So you're not swinging that leg, it just goes with you. There it is, last two. Last one. And right from there, you're either gonna take your arm out, or if you're on your forearms, you still can take that arm out. You just have some different positioning to work with. Okay? So there it is. And we pull in and reach. In and reach. Now you could do more of these, of course, but we're only going to do 2 more. For a grand total of 5 per side. And if this is your position, we have a flex, a point, a stretch the leg. It can be from here, stretch the leg. It can be from here. I like my hands together, shoulders pulling back, abs pulling in. Good, front of the hip down. And when you pulse the heel in, your body isn't reverberating, so we're not doing, yeah? All right, 2 more. And 1 more. And now we squeeze it all together, bring the hands down, okay? Again, can be done from the knees and hands, but we're gonna start here. So we have exhale, reach the arms out, lift the chest, bring it down. Lift and lower. Up and down. Now, if you're on your hands and knees, it's gonna be exhale and inhale. Other side. Exhale and inhale. So again, I'm trying to make this optional for lots of reasons, because sometimes when you're pregnant and you want to work through Pilates movements, Pilates is excellent for pregnancy. I taught right up until I had my daughter. However, some things need to change. So this is your option. And there could be other reasons why you might not be all the way down on your belly. And you choose what works on you. All right, we're gonna turn ourselves to the side, drawing the bottom leg under, drawing the arm under the head, and we'll have that top foot just right over the bottom ankle, okay? I'm gonna lift that leg up. It's even with your hips, so wherever your hip height is, that's where your leg's poking out. And we're gonna do essentially the same movement that we were doing on all fours. Bring the knee in, press the leg out, but we're gonna add the same side arm this time, and we're gonna pull the elbow right to the hip and reach. Elbow to the hip and reach. Now your goal is when you reach to slightly lift out of the underside, in and out. Now you choose when you're gonna breathe. There's 2 movements, there's 2 parts to the breath. I like inhale and exhale, but you might choose something else. We're gonna go 2 more times. 1 more time. Now right from here, I want you to stretch that leg out towards me. Your foot is right towards the screen and is straight out from the hip, so you're not way up here. And we're going to keep this hand on the floor to keep ourselves honest. Point the toes, reach the leg back, right over the back corner of your mat. I'm gonna scoot forward so I don't run into my sofa. Right over the back corner of the mat. The foot might lift a little teeny tiny bit higher than the hip, but it's not crazy, okay? So we have reach and pull. Reach and pull. Now I am exhaling, but I'm trying to still do that lift out of my rib cage so I'm not driving or digging my ribs into the mat below me. 2 more times. 1 more time. Now I want you to hold this one forward. Hold it forward. Drop your foot, lift your foot. Drop your foot, lift your foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point the toe, lower the foot so that it's right over the ankle again, and we're gonna make a circle that is from the heel to the knee on that lower leg. So you're right above that lower leg. Circle that ankle. Oh, are you digging those ribs into the mat? Can you feel your belly pulling in, your shoulders pulling down, your arms supporting your head? I know there's a lot going on. Let's pause and reverse. All right, you got 2 more. And 1 more time. Now we're gonna hug that leg forward. Give yourself a little squat, and then turn onto your back and let that leg cross over, and you can either press the thigh open, that might be enough for you to feel a stretch in the side of the hip. You can lift that leg up, that might be enough, or you can come to this position. And in the event you do not want to lie on your back, you can cross that leg over and press yourself up from here. Okay, so this is another option. All right, so we're going to take a moment to cross the ankles, and we'll rock ourselves to a seated position. And those ankles are crossed. We're going to use our pinchers to grab the feet. Find your balance. You're kind of in this little scooped position. Shoulders are open, but down away from the ears. And this is pretty dynamic, so you could stay right here and then switch legs. Inhale, exhale, switch. Or you can inhale, exhale, and do what is called the crab. It is one of many rolling exercises. It's kind of fun. Okay? If the crab doesn't work for you, whether you're seated up here or adding the rolling, you could just roll like a ball, sometimes called rolling back. And we're going to go 1 more time, and we'll stay up and go to that second side. So now you're resting on the arm again. You have that top leg right over the bottom ankle. You're pulling everything in, hand on the mat to keep you honest. That's it. We're going to lift that leg about even with the hip. We pull the knee in and press the leg back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So this is very much like what we did standing. We brought the knee up. We extended the leg back. This time we're just extending the leg straight out. We'll add some forward and back movement in a moment. Last one. We're going to hold it right here. Reach that leg forward, point the toe, reach it back. Reach the leg forward, point the toe, reach it back. Try to stay in a linear plane here, so we're not going up and back down in the middle. We're slicing straight through, drawing a straight line with our foot. I want 1 more. We're going to hold it forward and just bring the foot down, bring the foot up. Try to be straight out from your hip joint so that your hip flexors are not overly active. That's it. 2 more. 1 more. How are the ribs? Are they kind of digging into the mat? Can you lift up and out of yourself? Pull the belly flesh in. Bring the leg over the bottom ankle. We go into those circles that are about the size of knee to foot on that lower leg. So you're just above that lower leg. We've got 1 more. We'll pause, reverse. Oh, there it is. And last 2. Last one. Okay, drop it down. Give yourself a little squat. Roll onto your back. Choose the stretch variation that you're going to do. Maybe you found one that works better for you than this. Here's the caveat with this one. Neck scrunched up, shoulders jumping up around the ears. So I need the back of the neck to be long and relaxed, the collarbones to be wide, the shoulders falling away from the chest as much as possible. Good. From here, we hug those knees into our chest. You can rock side to side. You can rock a little forward back. Okay? And then you're going to go to the place that feels workable for you. Ultimately, knee over hip is ideal. Shins parallel to the floor or at a tabletop position. Hands are going to rest here, and we're just looking right towards our knees. And with that position, I want you to slide your fingers towards the end of the mat. Exhale, roll up. Let your knees come closer. Inhale, release down. Exhale, chin draws towards the chest. Length at the back of the neck, eye focus to the knees. Exhale, bring it up, knees towards the nose, and release. All right, here we go. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Reach 1 foot. draw it up. Other foot. If you want to open your palms towards the ceiling, feel the shoulders relax into the mat. Okay? Toes may or may not hit the floor. Goal is not to feel strain or stress in the back. Coordinating the breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. All right, we're going to go one more time. Now we'll take one foot and then the other foot down. Hands will rest on the floor next to the hips. Peel one heel up, lower the heel down, just like you did standing. Now you kind of need to figure out how close or far the leg is, well actually the foot is, from the center of the glute. And can you keep the whole forefoot on the floor so that you're not rolling out to the pinky toes. Now this is important because we're going to add on here. So keep both feet flat for the moment. Exhale, bridge up. You can watch first if you'd like. It's tough on your neck to turn your head while your hips are lifted. We fold at the hip crease, we exhale, lift. The kneecaps stay facing towards the ceiling. We're going to go with 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. One more time, stay up for me. And in this up position, I like to walk my heels in a little bit. We're going to peel one heel up and lower. Other heel up and lower. You want to feel the shoulder blades open, easy and relaxed on the mat. Nose straight in the neck. Okay. Now, if you're feeling really good about this, you can lift both heels together for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Lower the heels, lower the hips, bring a knee into your chest. Roll the head and shoulders up. Extend one leg. The lower it is, the more challenging this becomes. Here's your single leg stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2. Of course you could do more of these, but we're going to keep those legs going. Bring the hands behind the head and add a little combination here. Let's slow this down. We hold 1, 2, switch, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 slow. Here comes the second one. 4 quick and 4, 3, 2 more sets. It's 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4 and a 5, 6, 7. Last one. 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4, a 5, 6, 7. Release the knees into the chest. Whew. Alrighty then. So now we're going to go right into double leg stretch. We reach the arms and the legs away from the midline. You want to feel the back stay down. And then we're going to just bring the hands down today. So we're not actually doing a circular arm, although you could. And then if you want to, like we did earlier, you roll your head and shoulders up. So now we're going to bring the arms right by the ears, look at the feet, exhale, pull it all back in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last 5, whew, 6, and 7, 8. Relax. Walking those feet down. We have one more bridging exercise. So we're going to pull the toes up and kind of flex those feet. Heels are in line with the sitting bones. If you can, slightly spread your toes at the top of the lift, giving your forefoot a little stretch. So we don't always get much stretching in the feet, and it's pretty fantastic when you are all done stretching them out and using them like we have in this class, how much better your feet feel because they've got some blood flow going and all of the little parts of the foot have been energized with circulation. So we're going to lift as we flex the toes. We lift and we lower and up and down and up and down. 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Now go on up, stay up, and just give me a teeny tiny little pulse. The hips lift higher, a little higher. You're not arching the back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, bring those knees into the chest. We're going to rock ourselves up to a seated position. I kind of lost my ponytail here. So what I'm going to ask you to do for me is be on your forearms. This exercise can be performed on the back, but I'm actually going to introduce it in this seated position. so that you have a little bit more of an ability to see what I'm doing and also to control what you're doing. So with that in mind, and my hair corralled, we're gonna come down. The elbows are here underneath the shoulders, pressing out of the neck and shoulder area. You're gonna bring one leg up. Now, the other leg's gonna stretch, and then we're gonna pull that heel in while this leg is stretching down. So this exercise is called bicycle. It is exactly what it sounds like. Your feet are pedaling out and down and in and up. Doesn't have to be high. I'm making it a little bigger so that you can see what I'm doing with my legs. We're gonna go with 4 more, and 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more time. And then we're just gonna pull ourselves around to face forward, giving one leg a little stretch. Try to roll that side of the sitting bone down, reach up and over towards the leg. Turn the body slightly towards the hip. Fold that leg in, take your mermaid stretch. Releasing out to the second side. Rock a little bit, drop the hip down, hands are on the floor. If that feels good to you, you can bring yourself up and over. You can keep it smaller. Good, I'm just gonna turn towards the leg. Lift up, reach that leg around, up and over, mermaid stretch. Good, and this time we find ourselves right back in that quadruped position, curling the toes, pressing one foot into the mat. This is your downward facing dog with one foot relaxed. I've heard this called all kinds of things. Downward facing puppy. Let's switch. And then you're gonna walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands. Let your eye focus go through those legs. Tailbone drops down. Feel that lovely stretch in the lumbar spine. Curl yourself away from the mat piece by piece. When you arrive at the top, interlace your hands or tuck those hands in your back pocket. But let's open the chest and shoulders, getting a nice stretch here. And then widen those legs. And if it's comfortable for you, you put your hands down on your thighs and lean forward, nice long spine. Knees are released so you're not pressing back into hyperextension. You have right over here. But if you're good with it, you can drop all the way down and look through the legs. Please be careful, this isn't everyone's option. And then we're gonna just drop and roll all the way up. And take a deep full breath in. And as you exhale, just say, ah. So a little introduction of more standing work for your Pilates practice. Adding some footwork. Footwork is very prominent in the reformer work that Joseph Pilates created. He was big on reflexology, and so starting with footwork is really something that's kind of traditional in a reformer setting. So it gives you an idea of the different places we can take our mat work, and we'll keep playing. So come back and see me again. See you soon.